Let's get this show on the road. Today we're going to be watching a Var's third video, such as the mystery of broken moves that no one ever talks about. A video presented by him that I will be watching right about now, and we'll be talking about it because there are some moves out there that are quite heinous that nobody talks about. We got two of these videos that we got in the bank, so let's get right into it.
Smash Ultimate video, and I have returned with another broken moves no one talks about episode, in which I go through moves in the game that are incredibly effective in their respective roles, but rarely if ever get mentioned whenever discussion is brought up concerning the best moves of their respective kind. Seeing as many of you enjoyed the first episode, I feel it's only apropos to feed Mars even more free content by making—
Wait, that is not even a picture of me. What the fuck is this? What do you mean thanks for the shout out? What the fuck did he just say?
I feel it's only apropos to feed Mars even more free content by making an episode 2.
Me? Vars? My mans.
Smash Ultimate has way too many characters and way too many moves, so realistically I could make another
I'm not balding!
episodes on this series alone. But I figure for the time being we can just go through another handful of them. So without further ado, let's begin.
I'm gonna assume he's talking about K-Rool. If he's talking about K-Rool, I'm gonna go with F-tilt. Or down air. K-Rool, honestly, he's the king of like pretty fucked up moves, but he's a big body with a bad recovery. And that is, you know, a pretty bad combination of things to have. But I'm gonna go with F-tilt because when I think of K-Rool F-tilt, I think of it's like a counter with minimal risk, because if you hit their shield, you don't get hard punished. And if they do hit you, you just hit them with an F-tilt. And that joint kills at like 90 in the corner. It's really strong.
In my mind for a while, and I think a couple of you guys requested it. Here I bring you King K. Rool's forward air.
That move got buffed, by the way. King K. Rool's forward air is actually the one we're talking about here, but this move is kind of insane.
When it comes to forward airs, they're generally meant to serve as your workhorse aerial. Most of them are designed to simply attack the enemy in front of them from a distance. While a number of airs are known to be relatively slow but powerful, such as Mario, Cloud, and Sneak, airs are typically characterized by good startup and oftentimes good coverage, with many of them being effective ways to strike enemies in ground-to-air combat. If there's ever a criminally—
fair is like usually a swat away move, like an air-to-air, like stop trying to set up your best combo starter on me.
Underrated forward air in the game, it would no doubt be this one. A nasty drop kick with a decently fast startup for a heavyweight, coming out of frame 11, and being a heavyweight, the range on this attack—
frame 11 is crazy, what the hell?
—is quite hefty, starting from just underneath K-Rool and extending all the way outward. It's even got a bit of a disjoint too, with the sweet spot being located at the end of his feet and jutting out far beyond that. Basically, it's a slower but meatier version of Diddy Kong's forward air, and it even has a long-lasting hitbox to boot, active from frame 11 to 17. In addition to being fast enough to use as an anti-air while having decent range and hitboxes, the real draw of this move is how strong it is. K-Rool's forward air does a massive 15.5% base damage. Unscaled and in 1v1 scenarios, you're looking at a staggering 19.3% damage.
19.5 damage on the sweet spot of K-Rool forward air, holy shit.
Forward air that, when sweet spotted, is only -5 on shield. You can use it as a rising or landing aerial too, and in the case of K-Rool, it's a great option for walling out any approaches or catching anyone trying to attack you in the air, since even—
when I think of like how much damage a move does, that's why I really like Rivals of Aether damage output, because damage is like way lower on average. But like K-Rool forward air does like what, like 20. So if you get hit by a second forward air, you're at like 39ish, because it's like whatever. Rounding up here, you're at 39, which is like you're starting to get to cheese percents. In one more forward air, so on your third forward air, you hit like stomp on platform, up smash percent. That's only 3 forward airs from a pretty non-committal move. And once you get hit by the 4th forward air, you're at like just under 80. You're starting to like die to down tilt smash attack, raw smash attack, like down throw up smash, just like back air from like the sour spot. Crazy.
The sheer damage output of this attack is complemented by equally devastating kill power, being one of the strongest forward airs in the game and easily one of the best at closing out stocks off a straight hit. Though you don't see K-Rool himself using it all that much in light of how committal going off stage is for him. Were this on—
is it all just Brujo clips? Bro knows one K-Rool player.
Next one's a very requested—
is it Ivy Sora or is it Ganon? I mean, is it just gonna be Ganon Nair? Because like probably just gonna be Ganon Nair. Even though I think the low-key broken move nobody talks about with Ganon is down tilt, but I digress.
Back air might very well be the best of them.
Back air is Ganon's best move. Honestly, that's fair. I hate like characters like this where they are just like riddled with broken moves, but like are so limited by their stats. That's why I like wouldn't consider, like, yeah, sure, Ganondorf back air in a vacuum is an insane move. Like spaced, it's safe. It kills at like 5%. Give or take. And yeah, you'll just like barely ever land it in situations where it matters because he sucks ass.
is a prime example of a move that would be incredibly overpowered if it was on anyone except Ganondorf. On a frame test startup,
That was good editing. Did you like the E-Sand pick? That's you little f***. Are you proud of yourself? You proud of what you did? You should feel shame. I edited this vid. That was a good little thing with the Joker and the back hair thing there.
I said all the cancels after frame 22.
Ball knows ball.
Onward. Pretty early, but of course the real reason behind this move's power is, well, its power. Ganon's back air is the second strongest in the game, only surpassed by Zelda's infamous lightning kick. Unlike her back air though, landing the full force of Ganon's back air is a fairly easy task. It has the sweet spot at the far end of his fist, but said sweet spot has priority over the sour hitboxes I believe, making it pretty easy to land. When done so, you're effectively looking at a back air even stronger than Arsene back air.
I actually think that this back air is better than Falcon's because there's no other move to directly compare it to except for one that looks exactly the same. It does exactly the same thing. Simply because the frame data is like pretty similar, but the back air is just stronger and safer. Nobody got it except for you. All the comments were so confused. What the heck? I'm a knower. Don't worry.
Over 23% of full power, done surprisingly killing extremely early. Around 70% in the corner with a bit of rage. None of this power comes at the expense of safety either, being -4 to -5 on shield, safe enough to be virtually
Dude, a 10 frame nuke is insane.
punishable by the majority of the cast, especially if you space it. For all intents and purposes, Ganon's back air is an absolute beast of a move where given to a fast faller like Roy, Fox, or whomever, they would mash the crap out of this move in a ledge trap situation, and it would be without question one of the most devastating back airs to use in an air-to-air combo. If Ganon had a simple way to combo into it, that alone would make him a force. Imagine if you had Roy jab into Ganon back air, or Joker fair one into Ganon back air. This stuff hits like a truck. Again, the only thing really holding this back is that it's on Ganondorf and not someone with the speed and or combo ability to fully capitalize on.
Alright, give me a more interesting move for this next one, Vars. Not one that's just a good move, like just strong and safe. Give me something interesting. Alright, Joker is next. F-tilt? Because F-tilt's OD, and people don't talk about how f***ed up F-tilt is. So we're gonna go with F-tilt.
Jokers don't have a multitude of good moves that only get better with the help of Arsene. Often when asked which ones are noteworthy, most people gravitate towards the likes of back air, which, to be clear, they're not wrong. Arsene's back air is potentially the best back air in the game, but there's one move in particular that I think needs to be bitched about a lot more. Up smash.
Okay, sell me on it, Vars, because how do we not know? I mean, the range is insane. The range is way larger than you'd expect, and at high profiles if you try to like hit something low.
Arsene up smash in particular. Compared to the best up smashes in the game like Game & Watch, Min Min, Charizard, Falcon, Ganondorf funnily enough, Joker up smash doesn't appear to be all that remarkable in a vacuum. Decently fast coming out of frame 10, but due to Joker leaping in the air before using it, the frontal range of the attack's not that great, being relatively low profilable, and it's pretty laggy, so if it misses, you get punished hard, but...
So why is this move broken?
Joker's up smash is incredibly broken when factoring in the context of his kit. To start, it's big enough to cover the platforms of all legal stages in the game, making it excellent for sharking underneath, especially in concert with a drag down up air, and it can usually start killing people around 115 or so. The Arsene version, however... Here, I'll just have my editor show you two clips. Exhibit A.
Hold up. Hold up.
Oh yeah, you're dead.
Wait a minute!
That's pretty strong.
Baru misses that F smash tech chase. Leo gets it.
Baru died at 58. Granted, the second example was on top of a platform already decently high up in the air, but you can't look me dead in the face and claim that Arsene up smash doesn't have the most absurd base knockback out of any up smash in the game. This hurts like a mother. For how small the move appears, the vertical coverage of Arsene up smash is enormous, having 3 different hitboxes that all launch you virtually straight upwards, meaning
I think we could do better. I think we could have picked a more interesting move than just another really strong move. I guess it is in the context of nobody talks about it, but I don't know if Arsene up smash is broken per se. I think it's fine.
you can't DI this move compared to a more diagonal angle like Fox's. Further underscoring the absurdity of this move is how easily Joker can set up into it. The two most common ways are down air and fair one. Arsene down air sets up at the perfect angle for a corresponding up smash.
If there's one person who makes use of how broken Joker smash attacks are, it's Goryoka. Bro's a smash attack masher.
Let's discuss Pac-Man's down air.
This move is so balanced, bro. What are you talking about? This shit is so inconsistent, and it just has like solid knockback, and it's like an offbeat option. This move is not broken.
At first glance, Pac-Man's down air isn't really all that exciting of a move. It's nowhere near safe on shield, and unlike other down airs, it doesn't have a spike. But what it does have is the most egregious knockback angle for edge guarding possible. To start, Pac-Man's down air does 13% in total or 16% of full power, pretty good for damage. What makes it broken though is how active the move is. Pac-Man spreads out his hits across frame 6 to 27, meaning if you're trying to recover back the stage, he can just run off and press down air and cover the entire area beneath him. The direction it sends you at is also annoying, throwing you outward, a living nightmare for anyone with a bad recovery. Ordinarily,
Yo, I never use this move. Wait, maybe I should start spamming it.
you don't see Pac-Man using this move that frequently to edge guard due to forward and back air also being great for launching opponents off stage in an outward direction. But I wanted to give credit to this move for a specific reason. Look at the hitbox. Look how big it is.
Sure.
Doesn't look like it should even be a disjoint. Man hitting with the size 13s, Jesus. Real talk though, if you're looking for an easy edge guarding tool, you really can't go wrong with Pac-Man downer. It's one of the fastest downers in the game, and like I said before, if you're able to go deep off stage, the base knockback of the attack's enough to basically insta-kill you at like 50. Granted, most characters aren't able to go as deep as Pac-Man, so it's one of those moves that look like it would only be good on him. But it's not even that bad as an anti-juggling tool. Again, look at the massive hitbox of this attack. You can easily challenge any non-disjointed up air without trying. As a Clad main, I've seen Pac-Man down air trade with my up air. That should give you an idea of the versatility of this attack. It might not be the most noteworthy down air, but I thought it worth consideration for the video anyway.
Low-key, I think Mewtwo jab should go in this, like, in a video, maybe not this one, for a couple of reasons. Mewtwo jab is insanely fucking cracked, and maybe people already know this, but maybe they don't. It does an insane amount of damage, as you can see, he just showed that. And that is without having the opponent cornered. If you have your opponent cornered, you're doing upwards of 30% with just your jab alone. But part of what makes it insanely broken is that if you just do jab 1, you don't even have to commit to the rest of the jab, because jab 1 has so much hit stun that you can hit confirm it. You could just throw out an extremely non-committal jab, and you can either A, react to the fact that it hit and lock in like 20-something damage, or B, react to the fact that it was shielded and it's so fast that your opponent can't react and it's very unlikely you get punished. That's sick. Yeah.
Like Mewtwo and Violet, or you might find a jab that can actually
hit confirm
like
jabs
Bowser
are
Jr.
insane.
and Bayonetta.
Are we doing Pyra
Some
jabs?
jabs
Is
can
that what
also
you're
be
gonna
used as a combo starter like Isabelle and Royce. It's no secret that those jabs are all pretty good, some of the best in the game, but Pyra's jab in particular,
I call Pyra's jab. It's very good, yes.
it's one of the
I mean, we've seen I think it's mostly Cosmos and like MKLeo who'd be spamming Pyra jab at like 120.
more egregious jabs in the game for how infrequently it gets talked about. Pyra is known to be the slower attacking of the two in exchange for higher power, and while that technically is true in regards to her jab being frame 3 as opposed to Nicholas blistering frame 2, frame 3 is still extremely quick for a jab. Like, I don't think people realize just how quick a frame 3 startup is, especially for a swordy. Most of the sword fighter jabs are like frame 4, 5, or even later. Pyra's jab is the same speed as Terry's jab to give you a point of reference. She also has a rapid jab and a gentleman. The rapid jab can rack up a decent amount of damage, possibly up to 20% depending on how long you can hold the rapid jab for. More importantly though is her gentleman. There are many things wrong with this attack. To start, look at the range of the move. Pyra's jab's literally bigger than some forward tilts, especially when you consider the fact that she pivots herself forward when
That never misses. Meanwhile, I have a frame 1 jab and people fall out of it.
attacking. This is an up tilt. Look at the vertical reach of this move, it's huge. People talk about her forward tilt being busted, rightfully so, for having insane frontal range and even a bit of anti-air capability. But her jab 3 has almost the same reach, albeit less skill power mind you. But we all know the biggest draw of her jab 3. I forget the exact percent window where it starts to kill, but I know it kills earlier than Falcon's gentleman. Still less than Bowser Jr.'s by a serious margin, but when you think about a jab being that strong on a frame 3 startup on a sword character with that kind of range, on top of everything else Pyra has, you legitimately have no reason to play
You died at 130.
Pyra, like even her jab is overpowered. The only thing better,
Sure.
they tend
Okay, we're doing forward tilts now. Yo, put another K roll in here. What do you got?
to be more usable than forward smashes owing to being much faster and safer. Some up tilts in particular are even as strong as a forward smash, and Little Max is no different. I feel if you were to
Ooh, forward tilt is low-key broken for Little Mac. I spam this move. But he loses to shield anyway, so I don't know.
of all the best up tilts in the game, this one would be close to the top, but I also don't see many people giving it enough credit. Little Mac's forward tilt is extremely overpowered, potentially top 5. It's one of the rare F tilts in the game that comes out at frame 4, and it has 2 hits, which means it can catch out spot dodges on it.
Everybody talks about that F tilt though. I don't know, man. I think it's okay. It's shield grabbable. Yeah. I think they can space it though.
Minus 17 on shield is not all that safe, including when you factor in range, so in that regard I can understand why people don't think too highly of it as opposed to an actual safe on shield F tilt like Lucas or Pyra's. However, what makes me appreciate this up tilt is that 1, it tramples, meaning even if the first hit clanks with the opponent's attack, the second hit will still go through, making it basically unchallengeable on the ground.
True.
Second, the kill power. This is one of the strongest up tilts in the game, and definitively the strongest if we go by speed. Up tilts that kill tend to be on the slower end, like Wario, Sephiroth, Pyra, and Zelda, but Little Mac's up tilt comes out of frame 4, faster than even Mario up tilt, and it kills insanely early. I know I said before that it doesn't have much range, but that's only in comparison to like Sephiroth or Belmont up tilt.
Who didn't know this move was broken? You know? Is it even broken? There's a lot to argue here. I don't know. Alright, moving on. Another video of broken moves. I already see Robin on the screen, and oh yeah. I hope we're talking about Robin forward air. That move, a war crime. If you've ever played against a Robin, you should, like, within the first stock, realize how fucked this move is.
Choices, and once again you're welcome to share any moves of your own. First move on the bucket list, and we're gonna go straight for the hot takes. King Dedede. Prevailing wisdom is aware that next to Ganondorf, Dedede might be the worst heavyweight in the game, so much so that
Wait, so we're doing a King Dedede game, or move? He already said up tilt in one of his videos, so I don't think he'll do that one again. Down tilt's pretty good, jab is fine. Like low-key good. We know inhale's fucked up. I think F tilt does deserve a spot because it's like, it just gives Dedede that like tiny bit more range he needs on the ground. Like it's just in that area you don't really respect.
Pyra made an entire video piece about him, and he is the wrap and hole smash YouTuber. Many of the privileges afforded to other heavyweights are simply just absent in Dedede and Ganon, yet for some reason they have some incredibly underrated moves. Chief among them would be the Penguin's F tilt. Having established in past episodes,
yeah, it is F tilt.
only serve one purpose: a fast option
it's
to
a good
attack
answer.
opponents in close quarters. And while Dedede's F tilt wins absolutely no medals in the realm of speed, it might be one of the best poke tools in the game. A forward thrust with his hammer that
I want to see if he talks about the fact that it pulls back and then he forward tilts. Look at the animation.
Of speed, it might be one of the best poke tools in the game.
Like, let me see. Yeah, like see the pullback there, and then he lunges forward with it.
So this hammer that twirls for a bit before coming back. The range of this move is humongous and equally huge in disjoint, being one of the longer F tilts in the game, at least before Sephiroth and Min Min came out.
If Dedede was DLC, that F tilt would kill it like 150, but it never kills.
It's also decently big too, in the sense that it can anti-air opponents approaching diagonally, and being a multi-hitter, it carries a long-lasting hitbox, long enough to catch out any spot dodges, rolls, or air dodges too. In total, it does about 11% base or 13% clean, making it good for damage output, and while it might be minus 21 on shield, most characters simply don't have an out of shield option far enough to punish him. The main downside to Dedede's F tilt is the kill power, or lack thereof. You're not closing out any stocks with this attack, but that's not really what it's intended to do. F tilt's partly the reason why Dedede's ledge trapping can be so annoying, since Gordo catches out jumps, while F tilt catches everything else. Because of that, I consider it a worthwhile addition to this series in my opinion. Next one is gonna be Meta Knight.
Meta Knight, his jab, low-key a broken move. Catches like jump get up and does like an insane amount of damage. We know, surely we all know his back air is the way it is, and his ladder combo and all the moves involved is his ladder combo. Down smash? His down smash is not good. Hopefully nobody says Nair, because if you say Nair, Vars, you're outing the fact that you never played Brawl. Dimensional Cape maybe? I don't know. I'm gonna say it's either F tilt or jab.
Only gotten worse and worse over the years, to the point where hardly anyone ever plays him anymore in Ultimate. Despite that, Meta Knight has a couple very strong moves. People usually look at his F smash or dash attack in high regard, but if there's one move in particular that I think deserves more mention, it's back air.
Bro, we know.
Several things make this attack better than it has any right to be. First and foremost, it's a multi-hitter. Aerial multi-hitters are good by virtue of covering a lot of area when factoring in hitbox interpolation, and in Meta Knight's case,
talk about the fact that you can do down throw, back air, drag down, reset ladder. Talk about it.
Back air has tremendous coverage off stage, lending itself to Meta Knight being one of the best edge guarders in Ultimate. Secondly, it's decently fast. Frame 7 makes it a frame 10 out of shield option, so it's good for striking anyone who tries to attack you while your back air is turned towards them. And when factoring in the fairly sizable disjointed range, it's not the worst thing out there. Third, the first two hits on Meta Knight's back air have the linking hitbox. Linking hitboxes are known for basically sending enemies straight down if they're in the air, and straight up if they're grounded to make the opponent connect better into subsequent hits. Part of the same reason why, for example, Joker Fair 1 is the most broken combo starter of all time. In the case of Meta Knight, Bear 1 and 2 can do a tumble drag down, and while he doesn't have anything that can jab block the way Greninja can, not to my knowledge at least, he can basically combo into a dash attack or F tilt for extra damage. Fourth, this move is strong and is some of the highest knockback scaling in the game despite only doing 8% base damage, being an easy kill option near the ledge around the 100% mark and even lower off stage. Though
Yeah, I think if you've ever played against like a half-decent Meta Knight and you're off stage, he's either spamming Nair or Bear. And hopefully he's spamming Bear if he's good.
Rool was in the last episode, but I had to include him again because
F-tilt.
like the other heavyweights, this guy has no shortage of busted individual attacks.
Bro loves
Pun
K-Rool.
intended, as his F-tilt is called
Woo,
Buster Climb.
Cordell, I
This
was
move
right.
is one of the strongest
I already talked
F-tilts in
about
the game that no one really talks about. For one, it's a belly armor move with the armor coming out on frame 5, making it a fantastic scramble option in spite of how slow it actually is. Even if it wasn't a belly
Yeah.
armor attack,
The move doesn't even feel slow. It's just belly, clap.
there are plenty of things making K-Rool F-tilt strong as f, not the least of which being the power in this attack. Mind you, it does have a sour spot technically in that the purple hitbox does a bit less damage and has a bit less knockback, but if you can land the sweet spot, which you can do so fairly easily, you're staring at a forward tilt that does 16% and has some of the best kill power in the game out of any F-tilt. With a bit of rage, K-Rool F-tilt can smack opponents into the blast zone as early as 90%, and most of the sweet spots disjointed as you can see on screen. Further, it can be angled up or down, the upward version being a good anti-air response against anything approaching at you diagonally, meanwhile the downward version has the ability to 2-frame. There's one
Which is
more
insane.
benefit to this
It can
attack.
2-frame.
Not only does the belly armor add some protection to him, but because K-Rool fans his arms behind him, it's also good hurtbox shifting with punish, something he desperately needs being as fat as he is. So when combining all these aspects together, you get a very strong grounded poke and kill option, not unlike his forward air. This move has the kill power of a smash attack put into a forward tilt with good speed, belly armor, angle ability, and range. Definitely underrated. Robin's had a rough history in the two games they've been out for, Smash 4 and Ultimate, and while they suffer from a mountain of issues, one thing that people have to respect them for is the amazing aerial pressure they exert when Levin Sword is active. People regularly
Aerial smash attacks. That's what we call them.
talk about Levin up air being arguably the best up air in the game overall, but new
Levin up air is not the best upper in the game. Corrin is right there, along with Pyra, along with Mithra, along with Steve.
Truly deserves an honorable mention. I say that even when considering how stacked the Nair category is. At first glance, it's
Oh,
a good
neutral air? Sure. I think it's good. I mean, yeah, I'd say it's one that nobody talks about, right? Because we were all thinking fair. Some of us are probably thinking about back air because that move is deceptively strong. I think the best part about this Nair is that it does a lot of damage with not a lot of knockback. Unless you need it to kill, then it starts doing a lot of knockback.
It's extremely strong for no reason whatsoever. Like their other moves, the hitbox gets bigger and lingers a bit longer. When taking a look at the range, it's actually gargantuan. Believe it or not, Levin Sword Nair is actually bigger than most sword forward is. Look at the front hitbox of this move. It's basically Bowser
Insane.
there with how big it is. It deals big damage, give or take about 13% clean, which is excellent for a Nair of this size and speed. Oh yeah, speaking of speed, it's a frame 7 move, making it a frame 10 out of shield option, not the worst out there. Levin Nair has fantastic coverage in front and
Two
behind,
hits!
being essentially a forward and back air put into one. And depending on how you drift with it, you can actually get both hits on shield for amazing shield pressure and even a shield poke. Plus, with that amount of range, drifting away while using it makes it nearly unpunishable.
That joint fast.
Finally, of course, the kill power
I like
of
this
this
answer.
attack. Nairs are usually not meant to be all that strong, but Levin Sword Nair hits like a truck. The knockback angle ascents can also be quite deadly, being more horizontal than most Nairs, automatically making it a great edge guarding option, especially in tandem with the range and downward slashing angle of the move, extending the hitbox even more when falling with it. A good rising aerial, a good landing aerial, a good walling aerial, a good hit both sides of your aerial. It's just a really strong move overall, with its only weakness being the inherent resource limitation on Levin Sword itself. But if hypothetically Robin always had Levin Nair, it would be far scarier.
They did honestly, imagine if he had it all the time. That'd be crazy. It'd be insanely broken.
Okay, we need to talk. It's no secret that I'm one of, if not the biggest Cloud down player the Ultimate community has ever seen. I'm a
Holy.
2-2 Cloud main in a region full of cheesers like Bowser Jr., Lucas, Luigi, Mii Brawler, and Omnigom. But I need to address
Who?
the massive elephant in the room that is the misconception surrounding the character. Back air is not his best move. I will
Back air is not his best move. What is Cloud's best move then? If not back air? Cross slash?
die on the hill. Okay, maybe it is his best move, but in my humble opinion, I would argue
I was about to say, I don't know,
despite almost never being in contention for the best side B in the game, is the more impressive move in Cloud Skip than back air. Hear me out, wait until you type in the comments.
Oh, wait.
This move might be one of the best area control moves in the entire game and then some. First, on a frame time startup, it's fast enough to be used as a close quarters option or spot dodge or parry punish. It is a huge attack, having incredibly big vertical and horizontal
I think Vars just wanted to talk about Cloud. I think he loves Cloud. I think that's the problem here. Because we know cross slash is broken. Come on.
coverage, contrary to what the kanji strokes might have you believe. Like, just look at the first hit of cross slash. It's a spacing option and an anti-air tool in one. Second, when connecting all 5 hits of cross slash, Cloud does a staggering 24% clean, making it one of the highest damaging moves in the game with that kind of range and speed. Third, even the base form has enough knockback scaling to where it can eventually kill, especially if you're close to the side blast zone, making it a decent edge guarding option when accounting for the air stall that comes with it. It's one of the few multi-hitters that gives you the choice to continue following through with the subsequent hits, offering some good shield pressure mix-ups in that you can do cross slash 1-2 and then go for a grab, or if you expect the opponent's gonna try to do something at his shield, you can do
He
cross
just want to
slash
talk about
1-2
Cloud, guys.
and
Let's
then
be
cross
honest.
slash 1-2 again for more continuous pressure. Fourth, this move does a lot of shield damage, so even though it might be unsafe on shield, opponents have to be very careful to not hold shield for too long. It's a very strong neutral tool for racking up damage, snuffing out approaches, and controlling space in general. And that is all without factoring limit cross slash. Even with the nerfs to its kill power and the slowdown it has on shield making it easy to parry, this move is still one of the most dangerous kill options in the game. Cloud gets complete intangibility on frames 6 to 11, making it unchallengeable. The move becomes minus
Why did they put tangibility on limit cross slash, bro?
12 on shield instead of minus 24, which when spaced effectively becomes unpunishable unless you parry. It's practically an insta-kill at 90% near the ledge, and even if it doesn't kill, you're staring at a frame 10 massive range attack that deals 33% clean, not to mention a full air stall, giving it some edge guarding properties to boot. There's a saying that when fighting against Cloud, you basically open up every stock at 40 or 50%, reason being forward or back air into cross slash
He used to be DLC that was left over. Yeah, they forgot to take it out.
deals 40%, or if you do forward or back air into limit cross slash, it can deal potentially 50.
Insane.
Extremely hot take, but I personally believe cross slash needs to be complained about a lot more than back air. This move is broken as all hell. Yeah, Roy's side B kills earlier than limit cross slash, I've heard it before, but there's a lot more utility behind cross slash compared to double edge dance. My only request is if you can manually input all 5 hits even if it doesn't connect, but then that would make it more overpowered. 2 more to go, let's talk about Heroes
Heroes what?
up tilt.
Heroes up till. Wait, is this move truly broken though? It's good. I don't know if it's broken. It's like a really wide covering anti-air that kills really early if you have Psych Up, and that's like the most it does. It's like a really good complement to Psych Up spell. That's like about it. It's like a pretty mediocre or pretty just like good sword character up tilt. One of the better sword character up tilts, but let me hear him out.
Some people put this up tilt really high up there, no pun intended, while many don't really think about this move, but all I can say is this move needs more attention than it gets. Up tilts are usually combo starters or anti-airs, with a select few of them being kill moves. Typically killing up tilts like Snake, Banjo, and Wolf don't have the best range. Yes, that includes Snake. But Heroes up tilt is the one exception to that. It's every bit as quick to start as the other killing up tilts, but my god, look at the coverage of this attack. It is enormous, and one of the few moves in the game that has a trail hitbox. Trail hitboxes are attacks that appear to only be on the attacking arm, leg, or weapon, but in Hero's case, even after the sword goes around his body, the hitboxes on the earlier part still remains, giving
That
the
shit
full
is
coverage
stupid.
above him. Joker has something similar, where even after his dagger goes above his head, the hitbox on up smash is still in front of him. Anyway, in addition to being fast, big, and decently safe for an up tilt, this move also kills. Granted, nowhere near as early as Snake up tilt, but certainly much earlier than other killing up tilts, especially on a platform.
Time for me to
Of course,
downplay.
Hero has the advantage of taking Oomph and Psych Up to make up tilt go from a decent killing option to one of the most dangerous attacks in the game, so in the context of his kit, I would say it's even better. Personally, I'm more of a fan of combo up tilts like Mithra or Cloud up tilt because I would just do separated kill instead, but I would not mind having an up tilt like Heroes.
I don't think it's broken, but I do think a lot of people underestimate it. And that's all I'll agree on. You got a haircut? No, I didn't, Frosty, but hello. Bowser Jr. move. His jab, his forward air. His elf tilt is low-key juiced. His down tilt's kind of insane. His down tilt, 2 frames. And has like no lag. And it's a multi-hit. Up air? Maybe. Side B? You mean budget spin dash? Let's see. What does he say?
I'm telling you, these mid-tiers, they've got some power in their kits. Bowser Jr. has a surprising amount of best moves. He's got one of the best jabs in the game and one of the best forward smashes in the game. But if there's one move that needs more fanfare, it will assuredly have to be up smash. Ever since they made it so up smashes can
strong.
shield, any up smash with a fast startup has been made significantly more effective in this game, and one such beneficiary would be Bowser Jr.'s. His up smash is among the fastest in the game, coming out of frame 7, tying it with Cloud's notorious up B. Because Jr. crouches before attacking, it is a fairly decent scooping hitbox on both sides. I
We need to nerf scoop hitboxes. I'm so serious.
can't overemphasize how much the both sides thing really helps, since all the opponent needs to do is be next to Jr. when he uses it. That alone makes Jr.'s up smash a phenomenal out of shield option.
And you know what else it is? cool. Yeah, I think it's cool. He does a handstand in the cart and then like cooks you with the propellers. I think that's a raw animation. I think they cooked with that one.
Driving the point home though is that it's a disjointed up smash with deceptively good range relative to the appearance, owing to him jumping upward on the final hit. As a multi-hitter, it can cover attempts to avoid it like catching out spot dodges, rolls, or even air dodges, not to mention being a great anti-air for that purpose too. Other up smashes can be avoided by way of a spot dodge, but you can't with juniors. Last but not least, it's just a solid killing move, nowhere near close to that of like a Ganondorf or Captain Falcon up smash and kill power, but factoring in the speed, the multi-hit, and striking on both sides, it's a very strong move. Simultaneous double-sided up smashes tend to be on the slower end like Wolf, Bowser, and such, or they're more situational like Greninja and Sheik. But Juniors is fast, unconditional, and didn't add a shield option. The only other one with a fast double-side up smash is Rob. Piranha Plant up smash has way more power and range, but for him 12 makes it ever so slightly too slow to punish aerials, so overall I'm gonna give it to Bowser Jr. Okay, that's my list for today. Having a fun time working on this series because people only ever talk about the best or worst moves in the game, when I think the in-between moves are also worth talking about. As mentioned earlier, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below whether you agree or disagree with the choices I made, and as always, be sure to request any moves you want to see in the next episode. For now, if you enjoyed the video, I would appreciate it if you left a like and subscribed. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at FighterZ, join my Discord server, and check out my first episode.
Yes, shout out Fars. I don't know. I think I would agree with the Bowser Jr. up smash. It deserves hate. Tell me what moves that you think are broken in the comments below. Subscribe while you're down there.